Have Jackson and Maggie broken up? He was MIA during the October 4 episode of Grey's Anatomy, and if you ask us, it doesn't bode well for their relationship. The October 4 episode of Grey's Anatomy was all about gut feelings, and one in particular was a result of Jackson leaving Maggie behind so he could go off and reevaluate his life after nearly dying last week. So where does that leave them? Well, we're not quite sure. But every time Maggie wanted to reach out and see where he was at or how he was doing, she stopped herself. Why? Well, she had a gut feeling that she shouldn't. This, of course, comes after last week's 2-hour episode when Jackson. Anyway, when Maggie wasn't contemplating texting Jackson, she was busy trying to set Amelia up with one of their fellow doctors. First, she urged Amelia to hook up with Andrew, who looked super hot getting off a motorcycle outside the hospital, and then, she urged Link to ask Amelia out on a date. It wasn't until Link told Amelia he learned she liked Italian food that she figured out Maggie was relentlessly trying to set her up with anyone and everyone in sight. Amelia, of course, called Maggie out for it, and Maggie felt ashamed, but she didn't exactly tell Amelia why she was doing such a thing. As viewers, we know that it's because Teddy's pregnant with Owen's child, and Maggie must fear that Amelia will be dropped like a hot potato once she and Owen find out. In the meantime, though, Amelia and Owen seem to be doing just fine. In fact, the episode started with them having some pretty passionate sex. And she wondered why it ever had to stop. Teddy, on the other hand, wasn't even in this episode. And as far as Meredith was concerned, she kept working on her patient, who insisted on helping her find the next big love of her life. Cease kept asking Meredith personal questions in an effort to learn more about her and who she'd be a good match for, but Meredith basically refused to play along. So instead, Cease asked Meredith to go out and buy 5 outfits for herself so she could then get a better sense of Meredith's personality. Will it work? We're not sure, but we can certainly hope, can't we? And let's not forget about Alex's first day as chief. It wasn't exactly smooth sailing for Dr. Karev, as he not only spent the entire budget for the quarter on his first day, but he also had to kick Richard out of an OR for berating a patient on the operating table. Then, Alex capped off his first day by firing Vic after Vic's patient died as a result of not being treated correctly. All in all, we wouldn't be surprised to see Alex hand his job back to Bailey sooner than we thought. Side note, how hot was it when Nico stripped down in front of Levi just so he could see him shirtless? Watching Levi squirm was half the fun. Want more?